Fala rapaziada, começando mais um vídeo aqui no canal Na Ponta da Língua e sejam bem-vindos para mais um vídeo. Se você não me conhece, você é novo aqui, meu nome é Matheus e nesse canal eu compartilho toda a minha jornada de estar aprendendo inglês sozinho em casa por aproximadamente 3 anos. E no vídeo de hoje eu vou estar compartilhando com vocês mais uma aula que eu tive lá no Cambly. Acredito que muitos de vocês me conhecem pelos vídeos de lá. E olha quanto tempo que eu não fazia isso, que eu não gravava vídeo no Cambly, que eu não conversava no Cambly. E esse vídeo de hoje, essa aula especificamente, é uma aula muito especial pra mim. Como vocês estão vendo aí, é a aula de maior duração de todo aqui o canal. Foi a aula em que eu mais falei de todas as vezes que eu fui lá. E essa aula de hoje, ela vai pura aqui pra vocês. Não vai ter edição, não vai ter corte, não vai ter nada. Porque, como eu falei, foi uma aula muito importante pra mim, eu vou explicar. Essa aula de hoje foi uma aula pra me dar gás, pra me dar ânimo no meu inglês. Já tinha um tempo já que eu tinha perdido aquele brilho de falar inglês. Sabe no início, quando a gente consegue ter uma conversa, a gente fala alguma coisa, que a gente fica animado, a gente fica contente? Já tinha um tempo que eu tinha perdido isso, sabe? Não tinha mais esse brilho, não tinha mais essa emoção. Pra mim já tinha virado algo normal. Eu já até gravei um vídeo aqui desabafando sobre as dificuldades que eu estava enfrentando, né, em aprender inglês sozinho em casa. Você pode dar uma olhada aí pra entender melhor. E essa aula foi uma aula que serviu pra abrir os meus olhos, sabe? Caramba, olha o nível que eu tô chegando, olha o que eu venho conquistando. Foi a aula onde eu tive um maior proveito, sabe? Eu pude falar sobre diversas coisas diferentes, tudo que passou pela minha cabeça, que eu quis falar, que eu quis perguntar, eu consegui. Apesar de tudo, por mais que em algum momento eu pude ter alguma dificuldade, erros, eu cometi erros, eu pude me expressar, eu pude conversar. E esse é o meu objetivo principal desde que eu comecei a aprender inglês. E essa aula foi muito boa para abrir os meus olhos e me mostrar, Matheus, cara, continua, tu tá no caminho certo. Então por isso que não vai ter edição, não vai ter corte. Eu quero que vocês vejam o inglês real, sabe? Eu quero que vocês se inspirem da mesma forma que eu mesmo fiquei inspirado com a minha própria aula. Essa é uma aula um pouco mais longa, então se acomoda aí no seu sofá, na sua cama, pega uma pipoca, pega um refrigerante e vamos começar aí. Lembrando que o nome da professora vai estar aqui na descrição. Praticamente todas as aulas, os nomes vão estar aqui na descrição, beleza? Então é isso daí, continue assistindo aí e a gente se vê no final do vídeo. Hi. Hello, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm pretty awesome, thank you.
That's good. What's your name and where are you from?
Well, I'm Matheus, but you can say Matthew. Probably that will be easier for you. And I live in Brazil.
Okay, cool. Very nice. My name is Bethany. I'm from Australia.
Oh, that's nice. Beautiful name, actually.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
I've heard your name a lot of times in a lot of different kind of movies. So that's a pretty nice,
Oh, really?
pretty name, yeah.
Oh, wow. Interesting. I haven't heard it so often. I remember I just knew like one girl in high school had the same name, and I've seen it maybe once on a movie. So that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So where are you from? Sorry.
I'm from Australia.
Oh, really?
But I live in Indonesia now.
Oh, very nice. And what do you do there?
Actually, my husband is from Indonesia, so that's why I live here now.
Oh, nice. Oh, you have tattoos?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Oh,
I
very
have.
nice. Oh, awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
So,
Do you have tattoos?
no, I don't have any tattoo.
Okay.
Well, if I make any tattoo, my mom is gonna kill me, probably.
Oh, really? Why is that?
I'm sorry?
Why is that? Why
Well,
doesn't she like tattoos?
yeah, she doesn't like tattoos. Yeah. I was, taking a look at your video here on, I don't know, I forgot the name, profile.
Yeah, profile. Yeah.
Yeah. And you do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do. Yeah. It's not a big YouTube channel. It's only a small YouTube channel. I only started like 6 months ago, I think. So it's a very small channel.
Well, what's your YouTube channel?
Mm, my name is. But if you can't find me just with my name, you can add Bali. It should come up.
Is that you and a man?
Yes, and a baby. There
Oh
should be a
yeah.
baby.
Is that your child?
Yeah, my daughter. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. So I called you because I also have a YouTube channel.
Cool. What's your YouTube channel? You can send it to me also.
Okay, I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
It means
What's
something
your
like
YouTube channel about?
on the tip
I'm
of the
sorry. Yeah.
tongue. There, share all my experience about having learned English by myself. I've been learning English for about 3 years. Yeah. And there I share all my experience. I share all my conversations here on Cambly. I post all my conversations on there, yeah. And I also make vlogs in English around Rio, around my neighborhood, because
Yeah.
I believe the best way to learn a new language is when you use the language. Unfortunately, here in Brazil, I don't have a lot of opportunities and places to practice my speaking skills. So I like to make this up. I like to make up situations where I can go there and use my English.
Awesome. Yeah, you've got it. You've got the right idea because, you know, a lot of times students come onto Cambly and they ask like, how can I improve? Like, what's going to make me get better at English? And I always say like, use it all the time, like as much as possible in your everyday life, use English. If you can study online, great. If you can talk to your friends or family in English, great. If you can go to somewhere on the street, like an English cafe or something, great. Go do it because the more you use English, like the faster you will improve. So that's a great idea.
Yeah. And I like to ask you, if you don't mind, can I post our class here on there? Because I like to help my subscribers, because they like to watch my videos to practice their listening skills. I don't know if you know, but Cambly is so popular on YouTube. So I don't know, maybe can I?
Yes. Oh yes, yes, of course you can. Um, if you can help me by tagging me in it, that's like useful to me. So I'm happy for you to post it. Yeah.
Okay, I will do that, and you can leave your comment right there. So,
Yes, I will. Yeah.
you have a daughter, right? You have a so I
Yes,
have a
I do.
question. I have a question. So, which language does your daughter speak? Like English, or you know, how do you teach your
Um,
daughter?
right. My daughter can speak three languages.
Really?
She uses three different languages. Yeah.
Which
She
ones?
is um okay, so Indonesia is a country made up of like thousands of small islands. So each island has its own local language, and then the national language is Indonesian. So, like, even if you travel to each of these islands, Indonesian is like the common language. So, I live in Bali in Indonesia. So, their local language is Balinese. So, she speaks a little bit of Balinese, Indonesian, the national language, and English.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Uh, I just speak two languages, Portuguese, of course, because that's my native language, and I've been learning English, and I like to be an English teacher. you know. Probably
Okay, yeah.
next year I'm going to college because I want to be a really nice and amazing English teacher because I really like language. So that's why I asked you about your daughter, because I'm very
Yeah.
curious about how people learn different languages, you know. Specifically in your
Mm,
case, actually in your daughter's case. So that's very, you know, like in my opinion, learning a new language, when you speak more than one language, uh, doors opens for you. I don't know if I can say that expression. We use
yeah.
that expression in Portuguese, but I don't know how we probably will sound in English.
Yeah, no, you can. You can. Yeah, doors open. Yeah, it means there are some extra opportunities for you in some cases. Yeah, it's true. Um, yeah, I would say like with my daughter, I don't really know because she's my first child, but I do feel like maybe she started speaking a little bit later than, say, a baby who only speaks one language. Um, so maybe the start of her speaking was delayed a little bit because she was hearing so many languages and perhaps she was a little confused at the start. I don't know. But now she's 2.5 years old. Um, and she can definitely understand three languages. Like you can freely talk to her in any of those languages and she pretty much knows what you're saying. When it comes to her speaking, I would say her first language is Indonesian, followed by English, and lastly, Balinese. So, like, if she speaks to me and she asks for something, she she will use Indonesian first. Yeah. But then if I speak to her in English, she will reply in English, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's very interesting. I think I think people learn languages because of exposure. Like as much as you hear someone talking, you can kind of replicate that. Like even in my own example, um, I live in another country, so I have learnt the languages. And first of all, I learnt Indonesian, which I was a little bit familiar with because in my school in Australia, this was the language that we learnt. So I had some familiarities with it. But Balinese is a little bit different to Indonesian, and I never studied it. I have only learnt it through listening, like hearing people in the family home talking, and then I hear it so often, I start to understand what they're talking about, and then I'm able to copy it. So I
Uh-huh.
really think this is one of the most valuable things in learning a language.
And oh my god. Wait a minute, please. I'm gonna. Hello?
Sure.
Hello? Okay, I don't know. I don't have a freaking idea who was right there. But
Okay.
fine. uh, how do you watch movies, for example, in English, or do you watch any TV show? And how do you do that? Because you speak, you know, three languages.
I would say like I prefer to still watch movies or um, TV shows in English. Like personally, I think they're better.
Mhm.
They're better than like Indonesian movies and TV shows. But I do sometimes watch movies or TV shows in Indonesian, and I try to watch them with Indonesian sound and English subtitles because I don't always understand everything. So it's helpful to have the subtitles there.
I would ask that. Would I would ask that. Yeah. Do you understand 100% when you watch something Indonesian? Because, for example, I can have conversations like we are talking right now, but I cannot, what 100%. Okay, wait. I cannot watch a movie in English, and understand 100%. So sometimes I blame myself, I think that's my fault because I didn't study enough. And, am I in the right way?
No, 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 no. Don't blame yourself. I do not understand everything. No, 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 no way. I probably understand like between 50 to 70% of the language, depending on the topic of the movie, because there are topics that I'm more familiar with that I use vocabulary more often, so it's easier to understand. And then there are topics that I've never talked about in everyday life, so I don't understand. And the other thing with like movies is like that's people speaking in their native language. They are speaking very fast, very fluently, and usually with like slang or casual language. And when we learn or we study a language, we usually study formal language first.
Hmm.
So it's sometimes different to what we know compared to what we're seeing on the TV. So it's very, very hard to understand. It's not just you, like so many of my students say they struggle with listening activities because often they go to movies or TV shows to listen to English, but they always say, it's so fast, I can't understand.
Yeah, I have two situations. Wait, I have to breathe. I don't breathe sometimes. I have two situations to tell you. A few months ago, I was watching a movie on Netflix. It calls Run, I guess, and I could understand 95%. I was, like, oh my god. But then I was watching Grey's Anatomy, Grey's Anatomy, and I could understand, like 20, 30%. And I was like, oh my god, what happened? That's really crazy.
Mm. Of course, yeah. But I mean, like, okay, think that's a great example. Okay, Grey's Anatomy is a medical show. There's a lot of medical terminology that even me, as an English speaker, I don't understand
I don't know
because it's
that even in Portuguese, my native language.
yeah, yeah, it's not something we use, so we don't know. Um, so that's a perfect example of language you don't use regularly. It's not a topic you speak about regularly or study. So of course, it's understandable. You're not going to understand most of it.
Well, I could learn two words watching Grey's Anatomy from Grey's Anatomy. Scabble, like the knife. How can I say that? Scabble,
Apple.
scalpel. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
lever. Lever. I guess lever.
Leisure. Yeah, like a sore, like a cut or a sore. Leisure. Is it?
No, that's not correct. Let me check it out. Wait, I know that.
Oh.
I know that. I know.
Liver. Okay.
Lever, yeah. Liver. Lever.
Liver.
Yeah. Like when you drink
Liver.
so much, you can have a trouble with your liver. Alcohol.
Oh, liver. Liver. Liver.
Yes.
Eh.
I'm sorry. Can you teach me the
Liver.
pronunciation?
Yeah. Well, maybe it's different in American English, but in Australian English, we pronounce the I as I more. So liver,
Oh yeah,
liver.
it makes sense because Grey's Anatomy is an American TV show, and like I've been learning the American accent, so maybe that was a little bit different for you, nah? All right. So, oh my God,
Might be,
I'm speaking
yeah.
Portuguese and English right now. That's a mess on inside my head.
You're like mind blown.
Yeah, because I'm talking to you in English, and few minutes ago I was talking to my family in Portuguese, and my computer is in Portuguese, and my cell phone is in Portuguese. My girlfriend is texting me in Portuguese, and I'm reading in Portuguese and English as well at the same time. That's a mess for me.
Yeah, it makes you a bit crazy. I know.
So I have a
That's
question for
funny.
you. Be honest, please. That's very important for me. What do you think
Mhm.
about my English level?
Oh, I think it's very good. I'm very impressed. Yeah, really. You understand a lot. A lot of what we've been talking about, and like some of our subjects are not, everyday topics, like medical terminology, for example. And you're still pretty familiar with some of the vocabulary. I'm quite impressed with the level of your English. Yeah.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much. And probably I made a lot of mistakes here, but I think you know uh, communication is the most important thing right here. Of course, in my opinion, like of course you have to fix our mistakes. Every time we notice that, but uh, the most important thing here is we can talk. I can tell you
Or
something and you can understand clear, clearly. Is it right?
clearly, yes,
Yeah.
correct.
And for me, that's the most important thing when we are learning a new language. Oh my God, I had to breathe.
Oh yes, absolutely. You're so correct. I would say like um of course, like output is the most important. Like you should be, like we said at the start, you should use English at any possible moment. Like as much as you can, you should use it. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Of course, if you notice you make a mistake, yes, maybe you try to correct it, you look it up. Okay, I could have said this instead. It would have been more appropriate or correct. But you can't be afraid to make mistakes out of like fear of embarrassment or something, because if you're feeling scared and you're withholding or you're not trying, then it's going to slow your progress. But I understand it's hard because I'm living in a non-English speaking country, and some of my husband's family, they're younger, they're trying to learn English because Bali is a tourism island. So when they work, they will have to use English every day. So, they say to me sometimes they get really shy about using English because they've said that when they speak English to a native speakers are very quick to correct them. And so then they feel like they're wrong or they get embarrassed or shy. And I said, don't worry, like it might be a little bit of a bad feeling, but as long as you're trying and don't stop and keep doing it, like it's okay to make mistakes, and don't worry if someone is correcting you. Like don't let it make you feel bad.
Well,
Yeah.
in my case, that's a little bit different. I don't have a lot of problems with native speakers correcting me because they don't do that a lot. But a lot of Brazilians do that all time. I have 45,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and a lot of people like me, and I really appreciate that. but a lot of people watch my video, paying attention to how can I say that take a mistake. How can I say that?
They're very focused on the details and listening for your
Yeah,
mistakes.
they are
Yeah.
very
We say
focused.
like nitpicking. Nitpicking is a word. They're focusing on every tiny detail and seeing what mistakes you make.
And how can I make a sentence with that word?
You can say like, oh, he's nitpicking at your assignment. Okay, he's
Well,
nitpicking at your
can you text that, please?
yeah.
Because I'm gonna write it down later.
Nitpicking. I hope I'm spelling it right. He's nitpicking at your assignment. Uh, you could just say he's just nitpicking. That's already a sentence. You
Or
can use it like that.
oh, okay, but in that case, I'm talking, like a lot of people, plural. And can I say they are just nitpicking? Nitpicking, like the
Hmm.
word need?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, they're just nitpicking. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And okay, well, let's continue. I don't care about that, but at the same times I do, you know, because
Right.
people are bad. People are bad, and some people watch my video nitpicking my 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 mistakes and my process. But
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think we shouldn't care, we should just focus on our um achievement. Can I say that? Achievement, you know
Yeah. Of course. Yes. Yeah. It's that's the kind of world we live in, right? Like social media allows for these people to come out and nitpick, nitpick at things that don't really concern them and are really minor things that on the big scale make no difference, You're doing a great job. Your English is at a great level. Of course, you will make mistakes. You're only human, but overall, you're doing a great job. And I wouldn't worry about people who are correcting you because, you know, you're doing something that's helping others. You're adding value to your community. Perhaps they are just jealous in a way, I hate to say, you know?
As I told you, the best way to learn a language is when you use the language. So now I remember, I could remember a expression that I learned a few weeks ago. Okay, I will make mistakes, and I keep my fingers on my paws to fix that. Like pay
Hmm.
attention. Can I use that in that situation? Keep the fingers on the
Yeah,
paws.
fingers on the pulse.
Maybe that's an American expression, and you are not
Yeah,
American.
I'm not I'm not so familiar with this saying. Perhaps it's an American saying. Yeah, I'm not sure. Finger on the pulse. Like I've heard this before. I've heard it before, but I'm not familiar in how to use it, to be honest. Finger on the pulse. Like for me, I think that means like you're anticipating something. You're on the edge of something, you
Oh,
know?
I know that. I know that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that word you taught me, nitpicking, is it
Hmm.
from it? Like you guys use in your country, or it's general nitpicking?
I think it's general. I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because
Again, I've never,
that
yeah.
will be a little bit weird, you know. I always talk to American people when out of the blue I say something like nitpicking.
Right. Yeah. I think people from I think Americans and British people will understand nitpicking. So the meaning of that word, it's a noun. It's fussy fault finding.
uh,
So
Very nice.
fussy being like, you know, you're fussy, you're particular about things. Fault finding, they're looking for mistakes,
Hmm.
right? Nitpicking. Yeah, it's a good word.
Well, that was a pleasure talk to you today. We had a really good conversation. I could practice my English. I was a long time. How can I say that? I was a long time without came on Cambly.
You haven't been on Cambly for a long
Yeah,
time.
the present. What's the name? This sentence present.
I haven't
Present
been.
perfect. Present perfect. You know, have been, have. I
Yes, have been. It's have been is like past, right? Have been past. I haven't
well,
been. I don't know. Past
present.
perfect, maybe.
Yeah, present perfect. Yeah, that's very complicated
Mm.
because we don't have that in Portuguese. So sometimes I have to use in English, and my mind. What did you say before? Mind blow.
Yeah, mind blown.
Yeah,
Mind blown.
my mind blown. Blown.
Mind blew. Yeah.
Okay. So thanks
Yeah.
so much. I hope see you again in other time. Okay, another time. That was really nice talk to you.
Yes, thank you so much. Very nice to meet you. I need to copy your YouTube page so I remember to find you. Later, I won't have access to this.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. Have a nice night. Yeah. Usually I say have a nice day, but have a nice night, I guess.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Bom, galera, esse foi o vídeo. Espero do fundo do meu coração que vocês tenham gostado. Eu amei essa aula. Como eu falei, por mais que eu tenha cometido erros, e eu cometi erros, sim, é normal. Por mais que algumas horas eu tive algumas dificuldades, precisei pedir ajuda da professora, que também é normal. Eu consegui falar, eu consegui usar o meu inglês. E esse é o principal, é o mais importante pra mim. Deixa o seu comentário aqui embaixo, vai estar me ajudando muito. Deixa o seu feedback. Vocês querem ver mais aulas no Cambly? Eu tinha parado, não estava dando muito certo. Se vocês quiserem assistir mais, se vocês gostaram dessa, eu posso voltar a fazer mais e mais e mais. Se vocês quiserem ganhar 15 minutos grátis para fazer, obviamente, uma aula gratuita lá no Cambly, eu deixei durante o vídeo até, tá aparecendo aqui na tela agora, e também tá na descrição o meu código. Caso você se interesse pela plataforma, aproveita que esse mês é mês de Black Friday. A Black Friday que tá rolando agora é 60% off mais 2 semanas gratuitas. Então faça essa aula grátis, testa o Cambly, se você gostar, não perde tempo, já assina. A gente já tá chegando aí no meio do mês, daqui a pouco vai acabar essa Black Friday. Bom, então é isso aí, galera. Não vou ficar me estendendo muito mais não. Vejo vocês no próximo vídeo. Tamo juntão e valeu!